Ms. Reed, did you hear the video that was played? Did she hear the video played earlier?
She did, Your Honor. She understands her rights.
Okay. Ms. Reed, even though you've heard the video and Mr. Giesinski has expressed that you understand those rights, I still want to make it part of the formal record. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, you have a right to an attorney, and in this case, we have assigned Mr. Giesinski as your attorney. You also have a right to have a jury trial. You have a right to, or you could have this case tried to a bench. You have a right to confront witnesses. You have the right to use the subpoena power of the court to call witnesses and compel them to testify on your behalf. You do have the right to be presumed innocent, requiring the prosecution to prove their case, and you have the right to testify or not testify. You do not have to testify. In addition, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, which is basically, it's not proving a case beyond a reasonable doubt, but it's to make sure that the prosecutor has enough cause or reasonable cause to charge you with the charges. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You also have the right to have the charges read to you, and there are 2 felony charges. On the felonious assault, you were charged under 2903.11A1. On January 27, 2018, officers responded to Falls Lounge at 27099 Bagley Road, Olmsted Township, for a bar fight. Officers located the victim, who stated Stacy S. Reed, entered the bar with pantyhose and bandana covering her face in an attempt to conceal her identity. While armed with a knife, Stacy stabbed her lower left abdomen and sliced her lower right cheek in the jaw area. This is a violation of 2903.11A1, felonious assault, which is a felony of the second degree. Felony of the second degree in this case is maximum jail time of up to 8 years and $15,000 in fine. And Ms. Reed, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And as to the preliminary hearing, Mr. Giesinski?
We're going to waive, Your Honor.
Okay.
She has executed the waiver form, and I did witness her signature.
Okay, and I do see that. And so we're going to set this for the first appearance docket at the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas on the 12th floor of the Justice Center. And we're going to do that for this Friday, February 2nd.
Yes, Your Honor.
At 9:45 a.m. Failure to appear will result in a warrant. As to bond,
Your Honor, the bond was set over the weekend in $1 million cash surety. She is 45 years old. She's a resident of Olmsted Township. Very limited criminal record. She only has 1 prior criminal case. I understand the severity of these particular charges that she's been charged with, but I don't believe the bond is reasonable at $1 million. I would ask the court for a reasonable bond in this matter.
officers, anything you'd like to say as to bond?
We'd like to leave it up to the court, Your Honor.
Victim's family is present. I'll be my son's daddy. You might want to let her out of jail. And my son laid dead on that
Can you
concrete.
please come up here and identify yourself for the record?
Right over this way. Don't worry, she ain't worth doing nothing to. Don't worry, Kate.
And what is your name?
Franklin Castrucci Jr. My son was murdered over these people.
Okay.
Don't let her out.
Anybody else like to say anything in this matter? Please come forward and identify yourself for the record.
Holly Castrucci. I'm his stepmom. She has a long criminal history and lives with his daughters, and the other one that's in this case charged, they all live together. And this has been ongoing, and she's nothing but trouble and trash, and our son is dead. Dead, because they drug him up there. So she need not get out of jail.
At this point, I'm going to continue the $1 million cash surety bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job for your client, Mr. Kaczynski. And Mr. Kaczynski, there's a second felony on this.
The felony one and the felony two, yes, Your Honor.
Yes, there's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There are two. That was for the felonious assault. There's also a charge for attempted aggravated murder. And again, you have the right to have the charges read to you.
We can waive, Your Honor.
You waive, okay.
We went over the count together, the charge together.
Based on the waiver, this is a first degree felony, and at this point, that's 10 years, a maximum of 10 years in jail and up to a $20,000 fine. Again, you said you are a U.S. citizen. We have the preliminary hearing waived in this matter.
We do, Your Honor.
So again, this will be found over first appearance docket, 12th floor of the Justice Center on February 2nd. And then we're going to continue the same $1 million bond on this one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Ready, Your Honor.
Okay.
We'll waive the reading of the charges, Your Honor.
Okay.
We've produced a written waiver of the preliminary hearing. We understand the bond has been set. We're not going to adjust the bond at this time. And we understand that this case will be sent downtown almost immediately. And we'll address those issues with the bond commissioner in Cuyahoga County.
Okay, so based on that understanding, Mr. Lesnick, since we're waiving the reading of the charges, I do have to advise you of the possible maximum penalties. On a first-degree felony, For the attempted aggravated murder, you're looking at 10 years, maximum jail time of up to 10 years and $20,000 fine. And on the felonious assault, which is a second-degree felony, you're looking at a maximum fine of up to $15,000 and up to 8 years in jail. And I do see that you have executed the waiver for the preliminary hearing. Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Lesnick?
Yes,
Am I saying, I think I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
that's one.
That's the one. So this is going to be referred to the first appearance docket, Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court, 12th floor, the Justice Center, and that's going to be on February 2nd at 9:45 a.m. And failure to appear could result in warrant and forfeiture of the bond.
And this is the moment the hearing shifts from routine procedure to something much more serious. A judge doesn't set or maintain a $1 million cash bond lightly. It reflects the court's concern about the severity of the allegations and potential public safety risks, not a determination of guilt. With emotional statements from the victim's family and an attempted aggravated murder charge now on the table, the stakes couldn't be higher. What do you think? Was keeping the bond at $1 million the right decision based on what we've heard so far?
Officers, anything you'd like to state regarding bond? Recommendations? We're going to go ahead and continue the $1 million cash surety bond.
You got the balls to look at me, boy. After my son was murdered because of your scumbag.
You know, keep it down in there. We're
I
going to...
gotta leave is what I gotta do. I'm just gonna leave. And there's my scumbag daughter over there that's sitting over here. But when you're down visiting the county, visit your brother in the morning.